guys, it's Dalton.
And it's Tyler here.
And welcome to Video Game Finds number 25, part 3. And just real quick before I get started with this stuff, I want to make sure you guys go ahead and check out parts 2 and 1. I'll leave the links to those in the description or in a link somewhere. And you guys go ahead and see those first, because this stuff here will correlate those two, because since there's so much stuff, I wanted to make, separate parts to this video. I didn't want to just make one long video, so I made 3 separate parts here. So without further ado, let's get started with part 3 here. Alright, first thing here, we got something off Craigslist I got about a week ago, or maybe almost 2 weeks ago actually. It was 20 bucks. Here it is. It's a NES here, NES console, and 2 official controllers. That was 20 bucks. The thing is, I bought this console. It was already taken apart, like it was unscrewed. It had all the screws with it, but it was like taken apart, like someone was going to fix the 72 pin. And it turned out that's what it needed, so I replaced the 72 pin in it, and it works great every first try, every try. And the controller's in fairly good shape. I mean, they're a little bit stiff, but they still work. But I think 20 bucks for an NES. There's no cords or anything, but 20 bucks for that, I think it's a pretty good deal. So there's that. Really cool. Alright, now, all the rest of this stuff, except for the last part, all this stuff came from Mile High Flea Market, which is a pretty big place that me and Tyler like to go to. And we're going to try and go there at least once every month this summer. So this is trip number 2 that we've made so far this year. And let me tell you, it's better than the first trip, and way by far. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff here for a really good price. So, without further ado, let's get started with it. Alright, the first thing here is we got another one of these bad boys. Another NES. There's a little story to go along with this, and Tyler can, he'll understand too, because it was towards the end of the day. We were about ready to leave. We made our rounds like 3 times around the whole flea market, because that's what we usually do. Anyways, we bought this from the people that sold it to us. It was 25 bucks, and it came with a controller. And we also thought it came with Mario and Duck Hunt. See, we assumed it came with it because it was laying on top of the console. Alright, turns out, the third time around, we came back to this same stall to see if they had put anything new out. The people started, talking to us like, did you guys buy that Nintendo at the game? I mean, they were Spanish people, so it was kind of hard to understand what they were trying to say to us, because I had no idea what they were talking about until they finally, they were talking about Mario, and I was like, wait a minute, are you talking about the game that came with the Nintendo? And then they started saying, no, that was separate. And then we were kind of thinking, well, if it was separate, why was it laying on top of the NES? So, really, it wasn't our fault. Expecting to be a game laying on top of the NES was supposed to come with it. That's what we were expecting. But then it turns out they wanted $10 for the game, and then we're like, no, I'm not paying $10 for Mario and Duck Hunt. So we had to walk all the way back to the car, because we had already unloaded our backpacks. We went all the way back to the car, picked up Mario and Duck Hunt back out of my car, and then we had to take it all the way back to them. By the way, they held on to my $10 bill until we did so, because they didn't want us to leave with their game, God forbid. But anyways, I just thought it was a little ridiculous, because I thought the game was originally laying on top of the NES. I assumed it was with the console. I mean, why else would it lay there on top of the console? I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, I think. I mean, they were trying to sell a controller separate, too. It's like, just put the stuff together, sell it once, or just hold on to each piece and then sell it longer. I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. But anyway, got the NES and the controller, and the unfortunate part about all that is this was probably the crapshoot of the day, is the NES controller didn't even work. But I figured out a way to repurpose it, so that's not too big a deal. But anyways, console, 25 bucks. I mean, that's not my greatest pickup, but I mean, it's an NES. I can piece it together, so there's that. Sorry for rambling on about that little story, but I felt it had to be shared. Anyway, alright, next pickup from Mile High. This was a pretty good deal. It was a nicer, older gentleman. He was really cool. We saw this game first time around. We decided not to pick it up first time around, so we came back a second time and we talked with him for a little bit about it. And he was asking 10 for it, but then we ended up getting it for 8. We talked with him for a little while. He was really nice about it. And I can use this to, boost up some money a little bit. And it's The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on Nintendo Wii. And it's in very nice shape. 8 bucks for this is a really good deal. I could probably easily spot, a $10 profit on it. So, pretty cool. I'm glad to get that. And the guy was really nice. I was really happy to be able to talk with him for a little bit and everything. That was really cool. Anyways, do you have anything over there you want to share real quick? Go ahead and show the Mario Kart thing.
Okay. Yeah, so we came around to these same people with the NES. This was also like the third or fourth.
Yeah, this was the third round. This was when they started yelling about the Mario Duck Hunt. We were trying to buy the Mario Kart toy here, and they started explaining to us about Mario Duck Hunt. But anyways, this was our third time around.
So yeah, we got 2 toys. I'll show this one, then he has one to show. But I think it's it's definitely a Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, it's a Mario Kart 8 Happy Meal toy. Looks like it's a little sunburn.
Yeah.
Because Mario's like all red, like he has sunburn. I think it's been out in the sun too long. But anyways, it's pretty cool. We have a Toad actually right here that we got from our first trip this summer, and it's the same series. Obviously, you can tell it's got the Mario Kart 8 theme. So there's Toad. So now we got not Yoshi. We got Toad and Mario. And then we're going to try and find all of them, hopefully. But anyways, there's that one. And then this one I thought was really cool. This one is actually a spring figurine from Mario 3. And this is from 1989. And it's also a Happy Meal toy. And I thought that was really cool because seeing old school toys like that is just really cool. Both of those were $1, by the way, a piece. So, very cool. I was really happy to, especially find that older Mario toy. That was really cool. Alright, next here, I'll just go ahead and show these real quick. It's nothing too exciting, but we got 4 AV cables here for NESs, and then we got 5 off-brand power cords here for the NESs. And I did have 7 of them, but 2 of them ended up not working. But anyways, it was another older gentleman that we bought all those cords for, and he ended up only charging us $2 for all those cords. So that definitely helps out for the NESs that I have to piece together, and those will definitely be of help. Usually these are like $1 a piece at like Goodwill and stuff, so that's always good to get, really cheap cords. So I was really excited to get those. So there's those. Alright, next, you want to show, I guess we can show these. Next we have here 2 Nintendo GameCube official Nintendo controllers here. They were originally asking $7 a piece for these. We got them both for $12. Really good deal. Both have really good joystick pads and everything. We got the Indigo one and the Jet Black, so really cool. And I'll end up, if I had mentioned this already, I did, in the first parts, the first 1 and 2 parts, we have met a guy named Jordan, and he's been actually looking for some of these, so I could possibly trade these to him and get some, other stuff that I could use from, his stuff. So hopefully that'll work out. So that's cool. So $6 a piece for those. That's a really good deal for GameCube controllers, especially the official, Nintendo market ones. Next we have a official Super Nintendo controller found throughout the day at the flea market, and that was $5. It was a bit dirty when we got it. I was like, I don't know if I want it because it was pretty grungy. But nothing like a little Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Just take all that dirt right off and looks factory new again. So, and it works really well. So that's exciting. All right, what do you got over there? Why don't you go ahead and show the controllers? Yeah.
Okay, so
these came from a booth that we went to. This was like a guy that strictly sold like cords and stuff for like consoles and VCRs and DVD players and stuff like that. He's basically an electronics guy, and he happened to have some video game controllers. And these were $4 a piece, which is a really good deal. I think he was asking $5 a piece, but we ended up getting them for $4 a piece. So really good deal.
So first we have just original PlayStation. It's not the PS1.
Yeah, it's like the first PS1, not the mini, but because it has the squared off controller plug in there. It's not the rounded one for like the mini PS1. That's just like regular PlayStation.
So yeah, this is emerald green, right?
Yeah, emerald green, and it's in a very good shape. I mean, like hardly used. I mean, it's in really nice shape. So definitely cool. Happy to add that to the collection. So
and then also we have a PlayStation 2 silver controller.
Yeah, the satin silver one. I've been needing, a couple of these. I've gotten a couple, but like this is a really nice one. Joysticks are like hardly used. This one's like brand new basically as well. It's got a few scratches on it, but I mean, other than that, maybe a few hours of gameplay use on it, but really cool. Add those to the collection. $4 a piece. You can't go wrong there. Alright, next, I think this was actually the very first find of the day. And we were finally like, yeah, we finally found some retro stuff for once. We got a regular gray Nintendo 64 controller here with a really good joystick. I'd say a 9 out of 10, solid. And then it came with a controller memory card here, official Nintendo brand. So I will probably be selling the controller, but I will keep the memory card. So very cool. And I ended up only paying $8 for the controller memory card, which is a really good deal. The guy was asking 10, but we got it for 8. So very cool. So there's that stuff. Next, I guess we could... You want to show the N64 stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, Tyler will go ahead and show the first part here, because this is how he saw it. He literally found this for me, and I'm glad he spotted it, because we would have missed out on something huge. But anyways, he can go ahead and show this part. This is just a minor fraction of what actually it all was about.
But this is already really exciting to see, which is a yellow N64 controller with a easy 9 out of 10 joystick.
Yeah, very good shape.
And,
it's official Nintendo brand. It's, in amazing shape. I mean, that probably one of the better N64 controllers I've seen, especially in the wild.
So I like to call this the gold controller because this is what made me see all of it. This was in like a bag, and he pulled it out of his shed thing.
Yeah, he had like a storage unit thing. Like a lot of the sellers down there like rent a storage space, and then he was pulling stuff out still, and we happened to see him pull this out. It came, alright, all this stuff was piled into like a travel bag, like a suitcase basically, and he was using it to hold all this game stuff. And Tyler had just seen the controller.
Yeah, so you turned around, and I just looked back really quick because I don't know, I heard people talking and stuff. I just decided to look behind me, and I see him pull that out, and I see this just hanging out of it. Like, I just see,
yeah,
like, just the nunchuck part.
Yeah, like the handle part.
Yeah.
You could just see the handle part of the controller sticking out. And then we walk closer, and here's what I started seeing. I only saw 2 of these games in there, and he didn't have to ask me twice. I saw just these 2 games in there, but I guess I'll show these 2 first. I saw Mario Kart 64 in there. There's that one. And then also was in there that I saw, up right side up, was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And this one I definitely needed because I have a box and manual, but I just needed the cart for it. And so now I have a 100% complete in box copy of Ocarina of Time, which is really cool. But that's not all. That's what we saw, okay, when we bought it. And when we got, well, there's also this. I mean, this was in there too. The N64 here with both cords. That was in there. And it also came with 2 more controllers. A nice blue one. Nice blue, not ice blue. I didn't say ice blue. I said nice blue. And then a gray one. And these both have a solid 9 out of 10 joysticks as well. Very good shape for those. So there's those 2. And it also came with a transfer pack and a rumble pack. Be keeping both of those.
Both official.
Both official. And then it came with a performance brand memory card. I will not be keeping this. I'll sell this with the N64. But there's that. Alright, and then when we got home, we went ahead and looked at the rest of the games. I'll go ahead and show these, and then Tyler can show the other ones. But also in there was 007 GoldenEye, Star Fox 64, and Pokemon Stadium. And then Tyler will show the other 3 that he has in his hands.
The first one here is the first Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
There's that one.
Pretty nice shape. Another one, which I think is pretty out of the ordinary, but not too rare. Glover.
There's that one. And then the last one.
And the last one is NFL Blitz 2000 with the Blockbuster stickers.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that was one of the only ones I didn't have, but unfortunately I'm going to have to sell it because it has the Blockbuster crap all over it. I'm typically not a huge fan of that, so I'm just going to end up selling it. It's not too rare, so I'll end up finding another copy of that eventually. So anyways, that N64 bundle with all 8 games, 3 controllers, the console, the 3 controllers, the rumble pack, transfer pack. Oh, and that was a bonus throw-in as well. Look at that.
Yeah, we found this on top as well, which is a Frogger plug and play. Yeah,
sorry. Plug and play.
And it's basically just Frogger if it was on the NES. I know it has like the new generation Frogger, but it's just Frogger.
It basically plays like the NES Frogger or whatever, SNES Frogger. But anyways, that was really cool thrown in there. Anyways, that whole bundle, and he even threw in the suitcase, which he was, just willing to give away with it. All of that ended up costing me $40. And that right there, like just seeing the console in there with the 3 controllers and the Mario Kart and the Zelda, he didn't have to ask me twice. That's literally what I said to Tyler when we were walking. When we were walking away, I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice." I literally just pulled out 2 $20 bills right there and paid him on the spot because that was an amazing deal already. And then when we got home, or was it at the car? Maybe it was at the car when we started looking at the games. We got back to the car maybe, and then we started seeing like 007 and Pokemon Stadium and all that. It was a great deal. I mean, $40 for all that. I mean, whenever you guys see N64s with bundles like that and a cheap price, pick them up. Don't hesitate because that stuff, it's hard to come by a deal like that. So, very, very cool. Anyways, that was really exciting. Do you have anything else over there?
Nope.
All right.
All done.
Okay. Well, I got one more set here from Mile High, and I'll go ahead and show this, I guess. All right. So what we have here is, yes, one more NES console.
Just one more.
Just one more. That's it. But it's a little sun-cooked on the top, but nothing too major. But it works very well. There was a bead, like one of those crafting beads. It was shoved in there, and I had to get some needle nose pliers and pull it out because it was jamming the pin connector and couldn't get a game all the way in there. I was like, oh, that's nice. Nice little bonus. But anyways, got that out of there, and it works very well. I'd say it works every 7 times out of 10. So, very good. It's not the greatest NES I've seen, but it's definitely good. It also came with a gray and orange zapper here. Both of those. Came with one official Nintendo controller there. And then this is where we get into the goodies. 4 games came with it. This was like a store booth, like a seller booth, like a reseller. Do not underestimate your resellers, guys. Believe me. People underestimate them all the time, and I'll tell you why that's a bad idea. Because I'll explain right now. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. These were all $5 each. There's 4 NES games here. First one, Super Mario Bros. 3 with a dust sleeve. Next one of my favorite ones to finding of the day, Disney's Darkwing Duck with dust sleeve. Lethal Weapon with dust sleeve. And last but not least, Kid Icarus with dust sleeve. So those were $5 a piece, and guys, do not underestimate, and I repeat, do not underestimate your resellers, because a lot of the times, I was surprised enough that Mario 3 was cheap enough, because usually they attack these. They attack the crap out of Mario games. But, since this one, it was really dirty. Like, it was caked in dirt and everything. That's probably why it was cheap, but it works really well. But these other ones, like Kid Icarus and like Darkwing Duck and stuff, they think those are like the bottom of the barrel games. They don't look those up. They only look up like Zeldas and Marios and Metroids and Mega Mans. They always look up those because
they don't even look those up. They just think that they're worth something.
Well, that's true too. But I mean, usually the time that they look up stuff is like Mario. Really, they know that's a hot seller, so they'll sell it. But they don't know about all the other rare stuff. So always take a look at your reseller's booth. Don't underestimate it because they'll always miss it somewhere. I mean, even my game store, Games Ahoy, I mentioned this a few months back. I got Wacky Races for the NES, $130, $140 game. I got it for $20. Everyone messes up somewhere, sometime. So just take your chances, guys. Just take a look at your reseller's booth every time you go somewhere, because you never know. You might find something that's a gem, and they won't know it. So I hit it real big with these. $5 a piece, $20 for like $90 worth of games here. Really, I mean that's a really good deal. So don't underestimate your resellers. So anyways, with me rambling on with that, those 4 NES games, the 2 zappers, the controller on the NES, that was a total of $60. Not a whole big deal, but like that wasn't the greatest deal. But when you talk about those games with it, then yes, that was a pretty good deal. But originally NES with the 2 zappers and the controller was $40. That's not the greatest deal, but I can resell the Zappers, I can resell the NES, I can resell Mario 3. I mean, I'll make all my money back and then essentially get those other 3 games for free. So technically, it's still a good turnaround. But anyways, alright, since that's all the stuff from Mile High Flea Market, I've got one last good item here to show you. And this I just received on eBay a few days ago. And I do have a video for this as well. It's an unboxing video. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check the link down below. And right here we have ourselves a complete in box NES Challenge Set. The Mario 3, Challenge Set. And it's very good condition, really cool. I'm not going to go into too much details with this because I have a whole video on just this. So, but anyways, this is 100% complete. Very good condition. But it also came with Mario Bros. 1 and 2 complete in box as well. And then Mario 3 and the Challenge Set is complete in box as well. So I have literally Mario 1, 2, and 3 on the NES complete in boxes.
Even with the styrofoam.
Yeah, they have the styrofoam little blocks too, so that's even better. I was hoping that they weren't going to be missing those, and they weren't. So very cool. And here's the box protector for Mario 3. It couldn't fit inside, so it's basically just sitting out loose. But anyways, there's that. And then another little bonus. I did not mention this in the actual, challenge set unboxing video, but I just now recently figured it out today. So this extra poster that I was thinking about is actually for the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo hookup plan poster. And the other one I was showing was for the NES. So the reason I thought there was 2 in there is because this one's for the Super Nintendo, so it was accidentally thrown in there as well. But anyways, other than that, everything is 100% original and 100% complete. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed Video Game Pickups number 25. I know it was really long. That's why I had the 3 parts to it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little 3 mini-series here for part 25. Until next time, guys, I hope you enjoy your video game hunting, finding, playing, all that. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. It really helps us out. It's been a really fun journey so far, guys, and I hope we can find a lot more stuff and show it all to you guys. So, until next time, guys, take care and happy gaming.
See you next time.